Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We are a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Are you seeing the screen here? This is the Kospet DK08 and we have already reviewed this one. And you guys are amazing. You keep saying, looks like a Bip, smells like a Bip. When I look at it, almost tastes like a Bip. Why don't you compare it with the Bip? Okay, we're going to do that right now. First of all, let me refresh your memory about what this one will do with this little 1-minute clip. This is the DK08. It's a transflective, that's a reflective type of a screen that gets brighter in the light than it is in the dark, but it does light up at night with a backlight. It's a basic fitness band with digital time on here. When you tap it, you can get your daily step count information, fitness, which covers just basic running and bicycling. You can do your heart rate analysis right there, and got 24 hours heart rate capability. Last night's sleep information's available. You have a stopwatch. Messages actually show up and are readable on here when you're tethered to your phone. And overall settings, which gives you an option to find your phone, check the info, and get a QR code for setting this thing up for tethering. You have a brightness level to set, delete the data on the watch, you can turn it off from here, and of course you can go back as well. Beyond that, you've got a few other screens that you can bring it up to, a nice colorful one, and at least one more in here. It's the DK08, really nice. Metal band option with the magnetic coupling. Small, works for men or women. Check it out. And now for the Bip. Now, this is actually the Bip Lite because the Bip is so old I didn't do a 1-minute review. But it's identical except for the GPS. So let me show you the little clip on the Bip Lite. This is the Bip Lite. It's a transflective screen watch that gets brighter outdoors than it is indoors. It has a backlight as well. It's a basic fitness band. It's thin, small, TPU band, does all the things that the original Bip did, except it has no GPS in it. So for all of the tracking information, you have to have it tethered to your phone, which, by the way, it won't even go into time unless you are first tethered to the Amazfit app on this. You have overall status with your step count stuff, the different activity areas, like I said, that can be tracked with the watch, but needs the phone to see GPS. Overall weather in your area is available for you. You have alarms and timers and overall settings where you can change the different watch faces, long press definition for this button on what activity you want to go into, adjust your screen brightness up and down, and a few more goodies and settings. It's a little simple band, and it's called the Bip Lite. Check it out. Now that we've jogged your memory, let me tell you one more thing where you can get all of these. The actual Bip and Bip Lite are sponsored by Geekbuying for us, and so this is the latest printout. Check the show notes if I can get you a discount on the price. It's holiday season while I'm recording this, so prices are jumping all over the place. This is the Bip Lite. This is the Bip, okay? The Bip has GPS in it. Otherwise, it's pretty close, not identical, but pretty close to the Bip Lite. We're looking at about 65 retail, 58 retail between these two. And look at the price difference when you hop over to TomTop, which is offering us the discount on the Kospet DK08. So as you look at these watches, see what you think about considering the price differential between them at all, 65 to 38. Well, here they are. The first thing is this screen. It's a transflective screen, and it's really hard for me to kind of show it to you like this. So I'm going to take a flashlight, angle it a little bit, and show you. Wow. Okay. Right now I've got a very bright white screen on the Bip Lite, and over here I've got a color screen that shows more vivid colors. So outdoors, both of them are really, really easy to read. Now I'm going to switch this watch face. Okay, I'm putting a relatively high contrast white against black watch face to try and compare these a little bit closer. Here we go, and with the backlight on, if it'll work when I twist it, it's on the wrong arm for that. Anyway, there you go. That's the brightest setting indoors with the light on. You see it light up slightly? Now let's check the Bip. Here we go on the Bip Lite, and this would be the same on the Bip. I put it on a high contrast screen as well, and if you get just the right reflection, you can see it. But what about indoors? Much brighter. I just activated it. Did you see the line go? That also unlocked the screen. So yes, for those of you who have noticed that subtle difference between the two different reviews, here is the brightness indoors on the Kospet, and here is the brightness indoors on the Amazfit. It is brighter. It's backlight. You can be set to a brighter level. You have 5 different degrees of brightness here. You have only 3 here. So that's one of the big differences between the two. Now let's look at the screens themselves. I put this as kind of a medium brightness screen because that's what we've got on here. I don't have any on this one. There's very few, like only 3 or 4 screens that give you the kind of range that you have on the Bip. So that's another thing. You have more watch faces to choose from on the Bip. When we light it up, which I have to do to push the button here or touch here, there they are bright. You see, this is much brighter. But also look at the screen sizes and positions now. They are pretty much a square, exactly the same overall size, but the Kospet watch, well, it looks like it's the same size too. I think the screen is just floating different. It's a little higher up on the Kospet watch and pretty much centered on the Bip. Interesting. They both have curved fronts. I mean, they're really, really close. There is one button to activate and move through things on the Bip. There's no side button. You have to touch below to get activity and to move. On this one, once it's activated, you slide to get through things. You have your status and activity. Here we're showing step count and sliding it. I guess I have to work with one at a time. Oh, go away. Let's get through this. Okay, fitness. When I press and hold fitness, as you saw on the other one, I've got bicycle and running and back, and that's all you have on this one. But to contrast it, on the Bip, you have quite a bit more. You have outdoor running and treadmill and cycling. So those are basically those 3. Then walking, and your overall activity history is here, as well as your activity settings can be set up on the Bip. Now, again, this is the Bip Lite, so come on in, Mr. Bip. Here's the official Bip, and I've modified it a bit. I've taken the bands off because I use it in my pocket, and I've put a really fun cover on it, which we reviewed here earlier. I'll have a link to that review if you want to order your own specialized custom. Like this is a carbon fiber look appeal that goes over the bezel and gives you a little more of a highlight of the screen. Anyway, going through this one, you've got the basic status and activities like before. You also have weather, timer, and a compass. Now that's one other difference. The Bip has the compass built into it. The Bip Lite does not. And of course, the Bip has the GPS sensor in it. So when I go into my activities and come over to activity history, I can actually have a track, GPS generated track going along with the watch. And when you transfer that to the app, you have all of that laid against an actual map. And of course, your distance, speed, cadence, pace, all those other kind of things are much more accurate because of the GPS. The Bip is ahead of all of them in that regard if you really want to use it for fitness. And it's the same bright screen that you have for the Bip Lite. These are identical watches, except for apparently the compass in them and the GPS in them. This would say Amazfit and be black if I didn't have that cover on it. And otherwise, they're exactly the same front and back. Yeah, pretty much identical. A little bit different size spots, which brings us to the chargers. Let's call these guys over. This is the Bip charger. Now, here's where I'm not as happy with the Bip line as the Kospet line. This thing needs to clamp down in there with some force. And now this could sit forward or it can fold and sit backward if you have this kind of a band on it. And it plugs in and it charges this way, right? And now it's morning and I'm getting up and I'm groggy and I've got to mess with it to get it out. This one Little different. Now, of course, the band it comes with, you have choices, but this is one of those metal bands that just slides through. Its charger is different. It's a little compact case kind of thing. Actually, I like this better. You line up the dots, and that's what the bottom looks like on this one. Again, pretty much similar. You drop it in. There's no button on the side. You just click it down. You know it's in position. You know it's locked in. You know it's going to charge nicely for you. USB. It's kind of a shorter wire. You just lay it down. The bands, of course, are flexible. You can put it any which way you want to. In the morning, when you're ready to get it, you simply push on the side there, open it up, and take it out of the case. This is a little bit more rubberized force to get in and out of it. But it's subtle, just whichever you like. But both the Bip and the Bip Lite work together with that charger. They don't work in here. Obviously, you can't interchange them because the button's in the way. And oh my goodness, it almost fits. Look at oh, okay. Connect to the app and blah blah blah. But no, it's not really meant for that. And this one, well, if I press it in there, it fits. So it tells you the body sizes are the same. But it's not in there solid. It's kind of it's loose. I wouldn't mix them up, but that's what's going on with the chargers. Now, the last thing I want to compare with these two watches in this comparison review is the Tethering app. The Kospet DK08 tethers to the iBand app. The Amazfit Bip and Bip Lite tether to the Amazfit app. Now, right off the board, I want to tell you that this one can be used right out of the box as a watch. You really don't need to pair unless you're going to transfer data and whatnot. So it's fully functional. This one is dead in the water, as all Amazfit watches are, until you tether it. So you have to have the Amazfit app running. You have to create an account. There's no guest login. And you have to set up all of the things, including your location, in order to be able to activate the watch. So as far as Bip goes, and Stratus and Pace and any of the Amazfit watches, you're really slave to using the app. But if you have the app in here, and you see I've had a bunch of them in here, you add the device, you tether it, you get it linked, and you're good to go. That's in your profile section. You come back over here, and you have your overall information and tracking and everything that goes along with that, including your last night's sleep stuff, which I have on both of these watches because I slept last night. iBand is just another app that you connect to it. It's got your current location and weather on every one of these screens. I've walked around a little bit with it today. You have your step count. Here's your last night's sleep stuff. Here's your last night's sleep stuff on this one. That's what you're getting. This has a little more color and detail, it looks like. It shows you your light and heavy sleep time, deep and light, and total awake time here. And this shows you you're falling asleep, waking up, and awake duration minutes here, which is 0.7 hours. Here is 16 minutes. So that's pretty even. And it looks like that's all we can do. That synchronized it. Overall, 7.8 hours, it looks like. Sleep score I'm getting off of this one. This isn't giving me any kind of an analysis score on sleep. It's just showing you graphs when you fell asleep compared to 80% of the rest of the population. More things about length of sleep, and asks you how did you feel. So you can do a little bit more analysis, it looks like, with the Bip around sleep, but you have more detailed and pretty graphs with the Kospet. Okay, what else? How about heart rate? Here we go with Kospet. I'm getting a graph going. It looks like it started at 2:30 in the morning and ran right up until I took these off. And they're dots every, I believe, half hour, based on when it actually started at 2:38. So it's probably 08 and 38 again, one dot every half hour on here. And it's showing my current last heart rate reading And that's about it. I can measure it remotely from here, which is nice. On the Bip, we've got a pickup at in the morning when I woke up, it looks like. It didn't calculate my resting heart rate, unfortunately, although I did wear it all night on my arm, just like the other one. I've got some other information that it can track for you. And manually measured results are here too. So if you initiate it manually, you can get it. And you can also get the continuous 24-hour-a-day reading as well. And they warn you it's going to decrease battery life, but this one's got a really long battery life as it is. So if you don't mind charging maybe every 5 days, I'm just guessing, but maybe 5 days instead of 30 or something like that, then you can turn on this automatic monitoring stuff for the heart rate as well. That's pretty much in a nutshell the differences on the things. So it's kind of up to you. If you really know you want fitness with GPS, you have only one solution, and that's to get the original Bip, and because it has GPS built in and gives you a compass as well. If you are looking at casual use of fitness and a watch that's going to be bright outdoors, well, either of them is going to do that for you because that's the nature of the screen. However, if you want to be able to read it brightly indoors, the Bip is going to be your best solution because it's brighter when it lights up. You see the subtle difference in there? Yeah, this one's like really hard to see indoors with some sunlight, but this one, hard to see without it, but once I light it up, you've got it right there. Okay, once again, just to remind you, if you're interested in the Bip with the GPS, Geekbuying has it, about $65 with a discount if I can get you one. If you don't need the GPS, for just a few dollars less, you can get the Lite. Now, it's not just if you don't need the GPS, you save a few dollars, but you save battery as well. If you don't have GPS in there and need to activate it, you'll also get longer battery life in general. Okay, and then finally, if you like the Kospet design, the DK08, and we did find out they're exactly the same size. They kind of fit in each other's charging cases. So it's the same size watch, a little bit dimmer indoor screen, but significantly different in price. TomTop has that one. Check the show notes for a link to buy that one. And there you go. All you need to know, I hope, comparison video of the Bip and Bip Lite with one button and swiping, or the DK08, which you activate with a touch-sensitive button at the bottom, and you just simply tap there to, sorry, you can't see it, can you? Page your way through. Oh, by the way, did you notice on this one, you have heart rate, press and hold, and you can take an instantaneous heart rate right on the watch. I don't have that on the Bip. When I go through here, I get your basic status and activity, weather report, right? Alarm, timer, settings, and then you're back out of it. And the other one, the actual Bip, this is the Bip Lite, adds a compass in there, but none of them have the heart rate. So if you want to have on your wrist instantaneous, nice heart rate reading, well, you can save a few bucks and pick up the DK08. All right, we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and thanks for asking for this review. And enough of you do that, it makes sense. So here you go.